Hey, what's up guys? Gamer UK Ali here, and hopefully today's video is going to help some of you out there. Now, I've read lately some discussion regarding Battlefield 6 and hit detection and how a lot of players are really struggling with the hit detection, and hopefully some of these tips that I give you will make your experience in Battlefield 6 much more smoother and having those better hit detection, more crisp gameplay. So stick around and let's see what we can do. So we'll start things off with wired connection. And if you're on wired and you're still having some issues with your connection, maybe sometimes you're connected and suddenly you get disconnected and straight away get reconnected, or you're getting low speeds and your overall experience is just not feeling right. Now, you may be wired, but you may have some issues. It might not be correctly configured. And now we're going to start from the base. So some of the stuff that I say, a lot of you may know already, but I need to start from the ground and just work ourselves upwards. So I'm going to be making some more videos, getting into more nitty gritty stuff. But as the first video, we need to start from the base, from the ground, and then build ourselves up. So with that said, we'll start with the wired connection. So the first tip or first thing to check, and it might sound obvious, but you would be surprised how many people overlook this. I myself, many years ago, overlooked this, and that is the actual condition of your wired Ethernet cable. If you visually inspect and just like touch it all the way through, just see if there's any rips in the wire, if there's any, because you have like a coating, and inside the coating you have the wire, and if the coating is damaged, you may have access to the wiring inside the coating, and they might also become damaged, causing interference issues, causing occasional disconnections, and overall just some bad experience when it comes to hit detection, which could be the end result of that. So the first thing always is just double check visually your wiring. Just make sure it's in great condition, in very good condition. If it's not, if you're having some rips here, some dents here, it may be worth just trying a different wire. Trust me, I've had the same issue in the past and it has helped. So try that one first. Right, so the next thing to check out is what type of category cable you're using. Now you can find this information on the actual cable. You see some writing and it should say what type of category cable you're using. So for example, if you've got a really old cable and it's a Cat 5, then and you're on a 1 gigabyte internet connection speed, you're not going to get the full speed. You'll be capped only to 100 megabits per second, because that's the max for a Cat 5. So really and truly, you want to be using a Cat 6 or a Cat 6E. 7 also you can do, but maybe overkill for a lot of you. 5E also should be fine, but probably 6 or 6E is ideally the type of category cable you want. Another thing worth finding out is what type of cabling you have. Again, you can find the information on the cable. You can have a UTP, which is an unshielded twisted pair, or a STP, which is a shielded twisted pair. So find out which one your one is. Now, if you're someone who's a bit more competitive, you may want to look into having an STP type of cabling. For a majority of us, we'll have a UTP, which is cheaper cable, it's easier and totally fine really. But if you have a STP, you'll get better noise protection and the cleaner signal, and you can also get fewer latency spikes. So it may be worth trying to look into that, see if it's good for you, if you're especially if you're someone very competitive and trying to find every little inch of advantage. And the last bit I would say when it comes to the physical wire is also the distance, the length of the cable. If your computer is around, let's say, 5 meters away from the router, you want to roughly get around 5 to 10 meter cable. But you don't want to get like a 15 meter or 20 meter cable, because that will be end up being a lot of excess wasted. So try to get the cable as short as possible, covering the distance that you need. So that pretty much wraps up the fundamentals when it comes to the physical wire. Now we're going to get into later on in future videos more in depth regarding what we can do with our wired connections. But for today, for this video, when it comes to the wired, we're just dealing with the actual physical wiring, as that is the fundamental we start off with when we talk about wiring cables. Now, with the remaining time, I just want to talk a bit about wireless, because especially when it comes to console gaming, I know there's a lot of wireless players out there, and if you're a bit frustrated right now about Battlefield 6 when it comes to hit detection, hopefully some of these tips may help you in your wireless gaming. Now, make sure you're on the 5 gigahertz or the 6 gigahertz if you've got a new router, and also you want to make sure you're on the best channel. And one way to find that, if you have an app called Wi-Fi Analyzer, you can go into that app and there's a section where it says channels, and it will show you which channel your Wi-Fi should be on, basically, in your area. It'll have like some stars, and it'll show you this channel here. It will be the best channel for you to use right now. So make sure you're always on the best channel, and also try have your router located in a elevated area which kind of covers your whole house or apartment. For example, if you have the router like tucked underneath in the cupboard in a corner of a room, and you're on like the opposite side of your house in your bedroom, then you're gonna have some issues with the connection with the signal. So try to have the router located centrally in the house somewhere, and ideally in a higher above location. And also, I know some of you can't get wired because just of the way the layout of your building is, for example. Now, if you can buy these Wi-Fi adapters, and what that allows you to do is, if you plug an adapter in your bedroom, for example, if that's where your console is, you can attach a wire from the adapter into your console, for example, and then you would now have a wired connection. So this is a nice little middle ground for those who, for one reason, they can't have a fully wired connection from the router to the console. This is a nice little middle ground, buying these adapters and having it plugged into your room, and from the adapter have a wired connection going into your console. So it's a bit of like in the middle. So it might be worth investing in one of those. Do some more research on your own regarding that. I do have a friend who was having issues with his Wi-Fi connection. Every day he would jump online and he would be disconnected 2-3 times a day. I mentioned to him about these adapters. He got one of those, and since then he hasn't been disconnected once from his internet while gaming. So have a look into that. That's all I'll say for now regarding wireless. Hopefully some of these little tips will help one of you guys out there. Again, this is like the fundamental levels, and that pretty much wraps up this video. Again, this was a entry level into trying to improve our hit detection when it comes to Battlefield 6 or other FPS games, really. Like I said, we've got to start from the bottom and then build ourselves up. So hopefully in the upcoming videos, we're going to get into more into settings and fine-tuning our setup to get some crispier hit detection in our gameplay. Hopefully this video has helped some of you out there. If you do, please can you leave a like and maybe some comments in the comment section below, letting me know if it's helped you or what you'd like to see, and hopefully I can respond. And right guys, that's it for now. Leave a like on this video, leave some comments in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks again and see you in the next one. Go ahead. Hey.
I had to shoot him on it.
Nice.